Hello and welcome back to another edition of Raw out of 10 right here on the Wrestle Debate. Big show today. We've got the triple threat match between Riddle, Keith Lee and AJ Styles to decide who challenges Drew at TLC. And we've got Randy Orton and the Fiend's feud building. We've got Jeff Hardy v Elias. So let's get straight into that. And we did kick off with Randy Orton on a moment of bliss. Orton came out after poking fun at his loss last week. Alexa asked Orton about the Fiend. Randy said all he had to do was find out the Fiend's weakness, hinting at Alexa. Alexa stood up and asked Orton who was manipulating who before the lights started to go out. When the red lights came on, Orton lifted Alexa and the Fiend was stalking him. And Orton was saying who's laughing now once he got out. I'm not going to grade this, it was too short. It was your usual silly bollocks. Yeah, you just couldn't really grade it. Elias was next up, taking on Jeff Hardy in a Sympathy of Destruction match. Jeff Hardy sent Elias out of the ring right off the bat and went to hit him with a violin. Elias approached a piano and R-Truth popped out, and that led to the whole 24/7 losers coming. They beat up a few before we returned from the commercials to see Jeff Hardy being put through a guitar that was set up in the corner. Elias was in control and he used the drum kit at ringside to slam Jeff's head into it. But missed a tackle, allowing Jeff to get in control. Jeff sent Elias into the drum post before he laid him out on the bassoon and hit a swanton bomb off the top of a ladder. Crazy spot. I love Jeff. I'm going to give this a 6.75 out of 10. Silly bollocks, but I love it. Riddle and Keith Lee argued backstage before we got Retribution trying to convince Ricochet to join the cause before we got Ricochet versus Slapjack. Slapjack had the early advantage and tossed Ricochet around the mat for a bit. Ricochet managed to hit a drop kick and hit a standing shooting star once he got on top. Ali called him Mason T-Bar before Ricochet wiped them all up with a dive over the ropes. Ali was barking order before Dana Brooke came out of nowhere and splashed him. Ricochet tried to get the pin off the distraction, but no. Slapjack hit his finisher for the win after an alley distraction. This was a huge win, but I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Poor Ricochet, man. Sheamus was out next on Miz TV. Sheamus was annoyed at the start because Miz and Morrison were going on about Thanksgiving and all of that stupid bollocks. So he kept on getting annoyed before Sheamus was being beaten into about having poor WWE title runs and the fact he's never going to win the title again. They all got in a bit of an argument, then they left it and said wait till the main event, so I'm going to wait for the main event to grade it. All I'll say is this was a bit wide random. Asuka and Lana versus Nia and Shayna was up next. Baszler and Lana kicked off the match. Lana got some offense in before Nia tagged and the tag team champions got on top. Back after the break, Lana was getting dissected by the champs before she finally got a hot tag to Asuka. Asuka was on top for a little while and managed to hit her finisher for a huge win, and they beat the tag team champions again. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. It's getting a bit repetitive now if I'm being honest, but it was fine I suppose. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus were saying they're going to beat Miz and Morrison backstage before Xavier Woods said he was happy to be on the game something. I don't really understand it. I'm not that sort of dude. Before Cedric Alexander came in to him, beat him down before we got a match. Cedric hit a suplex off a counter to get near fall early on. Woods managed to sidestep, allowing Alexander to go out of the ring before Alexander came in and hit a lumbar check out of nowhere. I'm going to give this a 6.25 out of 10. It was an alright match, nothing too brilliant, but I'm kind of liking this New Day Hurt Business feud. Time for our main event in the middle of the show, because of course it was Riddle, Keith Lee and AJ Styles. Lee was dominating early on before AJ managed to come back and with the help of his bodyguard hit a knee strike on Lee to take control. Riddle hit a floating bra out of nowhere before Lee used Riddle as a weapon going after Styles. Styles went for the Styles clash but he missed. Lee was taken down out of nowhere though by a phenomenal firearm to get the win, and AJ Styles goes to TLC, so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Really good match, and Drew v AJ should be a class match. Brooke v Reckoning was next. Mia Yim, not Mia Yim of course, how stupid am I? Reckoning, what a name. hit a drop kick right off the back on Brooke and was in control for a little bit. Brooke sent her into the corner very quickly and hit a splash and then got a roll up out of nowhere. This was fantastic. Good way to bury Mia Yim. 5 out of 10. Bloody hell, I really hate this company. But anyway, quickly there was a load of backstage segments. MVP wanted Riddle to join the Hurt Business, and that was pretty much just the scene of it before we got Drew McIntyre and Sheamus v Miz Morrison at our main event. Styles was on commentary before Sheamus started the match and was dominating. Back on Raw, Miz tagged in, pushing Sheamus for AJ Styles, and then Styles came and hit a phenomenal forearm on McIntyre. Everything broke down. AJ, Miz and Morrison were on top before Drew recovered to hit a Claymore on the Miz before turning to AJ. AJ got out, but I'm going to give it 6.75 out of 10. It was an okay match. Kind of enjoyed the post-match shit afterwards, but yeah, it was fine. This week, Raw gets a 6.25 out of 10 from me. It was an okay show. There was nothing really outstanding. I enjoyed the triple threat match, but it wasn't the greatest thing I've ever seen. There were some baffling decisions, like the Retribution one. So it was just a bit of a hit and miss show, but that really is what Raw is at the moment. So yeah. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.